Greetings, adventurous ones. I'm here to talk to you today about something very important and very serious. And that's an organization known as feedingamerica.org. What do they do exactly? They take and make sure men, women, and especially children get the food and nourishments and things that they need in their lives. To make sure these things happen and stuff, however, they depend on people donating to their organization to help with their cause. Now, where others will sit back and go, well, why should I do this? Why is it my problem and stuff like that? Okay, you basically look in the mirror at one point and see yourself as a different person. Say you're that person that's working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, to make sure food stays on the table for your children and your family all together. That's what feedingamerica.org is all about. They basically are making sure that even children that are out of school don't go hungry. That they have something to eat, like some apples or oranges or pears or anything of that nature and stuff. You gotta understand, we're not in the best of shape in America anymore. Where others will sit back and go making it all political, okay, these days, places like feedingamerica.org does not discriminate against people that are hungry. When you need help, they make sure places like food pantries, among other things, take and have the necessities you need for yourself or for your families. You just gotta understand, if you were that person, how would you handle everything? You're working 2 jobs just to make your ends meet and stuff, and it's not enough. You don't want to see a child go hungry, let alone a man or a woman go hungry. And that's what feedingamerica.org is all about. So, we're proud to be partnering with them for this episode of Cooking with the Adventurous Joe, and letting you know you too can help out in this organization of theirs by following the link down in the description to feedingamerica.org. And let them know Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe himself, sent you. Help out those that are in need. And don't look at it as why should I do it? Look at it as what would Jesus do in this position of things? Would he let a hungry person go hungry, or would he try to help them? So, once again, that's feedingamerica.org, and let them know Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, sent you. Thanks for your time, and enjoy this episode of Cooking with the Adventurous Joe. Today on this episode of Cooking with the Adventurous Joe, we're going to make fettuccine Alfredo using the following: Amish egg noodles, some mushrooms, leftover chicken breast that we're going to chop down and stuff, and that jar of Alfredo sauce. But before we begin, I'm going to show you how to get all these things you need for this meal if you're on a budget. Okay, now if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot for this meal that we're about to make for the fettuccine Alfredo and stuff, I'm going to show you how to find these certain things, and that way you don't have to just go into the store and go, oh my gosh, I need this, I need that, and then find out it's way over your budget. Okay, here's how you can shop smart, basically on any website. Basically, we get our stuff from Walmart. Okay, let's find out how much the mushrooms would cost us that we're going to use in this meal. All right. Now, the one you want to go with the most for this meal, the most is the mushrooms, pieces, and stems for $1.50. If you're only needing one can of for the mushrooms and stuff like that, then basically just go with the smaller can and stuff. It's half the size of the one for $2.54, but it's practically the same amount of mushrooms as well. So we're going to add that to our cart, and we're going to move on. Now we need Alfredo sauce. So let's get to the Alfredo sauce. First, we're going with the Walmart brand, Great Value, and we want Alfredo sauce. Now, there's two different types of Alfredo sauce jars. Mine, the one we're going to use for this meal is only $1.82. So we're going to choose that and put it in our cart. Now we want to look up the Amish egg noodles. Okay, Amish egg noodles. And right there, for $2.58, you can get these Amish egg noodles. All right, we're going to add that to the cart. Now, the final step, the chicken breast. Now you could go with two different types of ways of doing this. You can go with chicken. We got chicken breasts. Now, you want to be smart about your shopping so you don't go over budget. So, the best thing to do is price these. So, if you want just a small pack of chicken breast, okay, let's go. You got the one for $11.31. Want a bigger pack? Got it for $13.64. But, if you're on a budget and you want to stay on budget and stuff, go with the ones that are like the Tyson chicken for $8. Tyson chicken breast, boneless chicken breast for $8.04, or go with the pack from Great Value for $9.74. Now, of course, where one is already practically where you can just throw them in a pan or a pot and boil them or cook them. Okay, the chicken breasts from Great Value are in the freezer section, so basically you would have to unthaw them a bit first, or just throw them in a boiling hot pan of water or pot of water, excuse me, and boil them up. Now, for this little thing, we're gonna go with the Tyson chicken breast for $8.04. Okay? Now, we have everything we need for our Alfredo dinner. So, how much does that all come to in our cart? And there you go. Staying on budget and at a reasonable price. $20.93 for all that stuff. The egg noodles? See, now egg noodles aren't always in, these Amish egg noodles aren't always in the store and stuff, so sometimes you might have to have them shipped to you, shipped to your house or something. But you can also, I believe, have them shipped to the store and go from there. Now let's find that out. Okay, you can pick, it says the chicken breast, Alfredo sauce, and this, you can all pick up from the Walmart store today. As for the Amish egg noodles, well, we're going to find out a different way of doing that. Now, it says to check my nearby store and see if it's available. Alright. Well, apparently it is not available at my store. Okay. So, the question is, what do you do from here? Okay, if Amish egg noodles aren't available, let's try something else. Noodles for Alfredo. And they have all sorts of options, but we want to find out what's in store, so you don't have to have things shipped and everything in between it. Okay. There's rotini noodles for 98 cents, a box of them for 98 cents. There's Barilla for $1.76, and those are bow tie ones. Mini paninis for $1.76. You got so many options you can do for in the place of Amish egg noodles. And you got rigatoni for $1.68. And you got angel hair, which is mostly what people do for when it comes to fettuccine Alfredo kind of stuff. And that, or angel hair pasta for that matter. So you can do that option for 98 cents. Now, the question is, will you still be on budget if you got it that way? All right, let's find out. We're gonna head back to our cart. We're gonna take that off of there. We're going to remove the Amish egg noodles. And there you go. All that right there comes to only $19.33. And that's not a bad deal. So there you go. Now, let's get on with cooking the meal. And we're back. Now you know how to get all the ingredients you need for this meal and on a budget. Okay. So, here we go. Now, we're going to start by getting our nice water here boiling and stuff. We're going to, once it starts, before it starts boiling and everything, we want to put our salt and pepper in there. So it gives it its nice texture, nice flavor to it and stuff, before you add in the Amish egg noodles. Now, the reason why I'm using Amish egg noodles instead of like angel hair pasta is because these work very well for this dish, because I've already tried it myself, and it's perfect. It turns out perfect and stuff. Now, we've already drained our mushrooms. We're going to be using those and stuff. We got some leftover chicken breast here from our meal that we're going to be taking and breaking that down and stuff. And once everything's all put together and everything, we're going to use that jar of Alfredo sauce to make up our nice, delicious meal. Stick around. Now, as you can see, I've taken the leftover mushrooms, and what I like to do with them is saute them. Put some butter in a pan and put them on top of the butter as it's melting and stuff. And I like to saute the mushrooms before I begin adding them into the chicken and the egg noodles and the Amish egg noodles and stuff. This way you get a little bit more of a great texture and flavor to it all. And speaking of which, let's get over here and add in our salt and pepper to the mix of our water. Now, the next step we're going to be doing is breaking this boneless chicken down, our boneless chicken breast down, and that we've got left over. And we're going to, and then once the water's boiling, add in the Amish egg noodles. And we're going to get our Alfredo sauce prepared shortly. Stick around. As you can see, I've already begun chopping down the leftover boneless chicken we have. Still got some in there. The mushrooms are all sauteed and ready to go. Now we've added in our Alfredo sauce to the pan. So so it can begin fermenting, excuse me, and getting itself all nice and hot and ready for the noodles once we got everything put together. Now, one thing you can do with the jar after you put all of this in there and stuff is a lot of things you can do with the jar is add in about halfway up in the jar water, or if you want to make it a nice creamy mix of Alfredo sauce, add in halfway in the jar some milk, and then shake it up real good, and then pour it in. Now, as you can see, this is what I did, and look at that. It's turning out nice and creamy already. And we've only begun heating this up. So this is going to be perfect once it's going and stuff. Now, we're going to get back to chopping down the chicken and waiting for our water to boil. Now, our chicken breast, our boneless chicken breast are all broken down. Look at that chicken. Oof, that's going to be some nicely topped on there and stuff. As you already know, the mushrooms are all sauteed and stuff. We've turned our sauce down to low so we don't burn. And look at how thick and creamy that is. Now you see that part right there? That's a little bit of skin coming on there and stuff. That means our sauce is getting fermented enough to the point that it don't need to be boiling much longer. So we're going to keep that on low at the moment. And our water has come to a boil, and we've added in the Amish egg noodles. Now, as you can see, those are coming along nicely. And once they're ready and stuff, do not rinse, strain them. Make sure you use a strainer, dump them into the strainer and stuff. Strain out all the water and everything, because you're going to be adding in your Alfredo sauce afterwards on top of them and stuff, along with the chicken and the mushrooms. Okay, now until this is ready, we'll see you in a bit. Now, as you can see, our noodles are ready, and we've strained them out. All the water's out. So now we're going to add them back to the pot, and then add in the fettuccine sauce, our sauteed mushrooms, and the chicken. Stick around. And we're back with the now, as you can see, I've already added in the Alfredo sauce to it. We've got our chicken, and we got the mushrooms added in there. So now all that's left is to plate or put it in a bowl. I mean, I'm going to put mine in a bowl. So let's get to it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that deliciousness. The thickness of the cream mixed in there with the mushrooms and the chicken. Oof, that is a meal worth eating. All right. And that's it for this episode of Cooking with the Adventurous Joe. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on anything we got coming up in 2024. Also, head over to the link in the description to feedingamerica.org and hopefully change the lives of those out there in need. Until then, my adventurous ones, peace out. May the force be with all of you. Every last one of y'all, stay safe out there. Have a lovely, beautiful week. And God bless. Later. And bon appetit.